This is not good. Worlds are colliding.
We were smart enough to not say, Houston, there's a light out there that's following us.
And what the hell is that? You know, what is that? And I couldn't even talk. I was just amazed at what I was seeing.
This is the Beast of the Week podcast.
Whoa, for the longest time. Whoa, for the longest time. You said goodbye to me tonight. There would still be another episode of the Beast of the Week podcast coming at you. Welcome, folks. I'm John Cannon.
I'm Joe McClinchy.
I'm Sam Harris.
And this week we're bringing you a brand new cryptid. Happy New Year, folks. We're glad to get you the first episode of the new year. Happy 2019.
Happy 2019.
Happy 2019.
Thanks, Sam. Before we start, we want to give a shout out to another cryptid-centric podcast. They're called Cryptid Campfire. They started about the same time as us. Eli, Jasmine, and Alex cover different cryptids each week. They do a great job, and they do so without the rather foul language that we tend to use here on Beast of the Week. So if you're looking for a less debauched analyzation of cryptids, check them out. They're on iTunes. They're on all the podcast things.
Fuck!
So this week on Beast of the Week, we're bringing you a cryptid from a part of the world we haven't explored from our studio here yet. We're going into Japan to bring you the Kappa.
Woo!
All the way where?
Japan.
It's very
Where's that?
appropriate.
It's off the coast of China. We were at war with them for a period through the 30s, through the 40s.
It's off the coast of Korea, too.
Yeah, it's off a lot of coasts.
Oh, off the coast of Korea. Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Anime.
Yeah. Naruto.
Naruto.
Oh, the running.
Yeah,
Inuyasha.
that's how the Kappas run.
Ramen.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Now
And
you get
Kappas.
it. And Kappas. The four things in Japan.
That's it.
We encapsulated the essence of Japan in that
Jesus.
Kappas are a mer being from Japan, meaning a little fellow from the water. That's a man. They are
not sorority girls.
They are not.
Not necessarily.
Given
They could be.
They could be.
We can't
They could be.
definitively say they're not. I think that's kind of mean to say that they can't be sorority
That's
girls.
true.
Yeah,
Who are we to say?
Who are we to say that they're not sorority girls?
I mean, we're just here reporting on stuff. I don't think we have a real opinion on
So
this.
We are either creating some kind of Disney Channel original movie, just like, a girl's a Kappa.
Kind of like Luck of the Irish.
Sorority, yeah, or the fucking mermaid one.
All right, well, let's break this down geometrically.
Okay,
Square.
I love shapes.
Triangle.
Not
Dodecahedron.
every sorority girls are not all Kappas, but not all Kappas are not sorority
No.
girls.
So sorority girls cannot be Kappas, but Kappas can be sorority girls. Like
I
a
think
square,
that's just a
like a square can be a rectangle, but a rectangle cannot be a square. If that made sense.
Kappas are an amphibious being
Let's just bulldoze right over that.
they're like vampires for your soul. Their name
your
translates
anus.
roughly to river child, which is only apropos, as they live in swampy pools, rivers, lakes, ponds, and less frequently have been spotted in the open ocean and up in the mountains, presumably near a water cascade, if you will.
Oh, bringing me back to a wonderful little spring with some cold water, some trout fishing, some Kappa fishing, some ass eating.
Is it wrong? Can you,
So they can actually like get up and move about the cabin. They don't just have to stay in the water.
Yeah,
the cabin.
No, they can move around the cabin.
Is the
free
cabin?
to
Are you
move about
speaking
the
of like
cabin.
the royal cabin of the world?
In a way, yes. Isn't that all we
they
talk
can.
about?
They're amphibious. Amphibians means they can go on land.
Now, listen,
a
I'm
little
not the
bit.
Do
scientist here.
they have lungs?
They
That's
are,
right, John. Do they have lungs?
Yeah,
I mean,
I got you now, fucker.
Again, they're amphibians, so yes. And also
Alright.
fish. Fish also have lungs.
No, I've eaten fish and never had to eat a lung.
Some fish have lungs.
Then you haven't lived.
Oh, is fish lung good?
It tastes like...
I don't know. I'm just trying to make conversation.
It
Jeez.
tastes like lobster.
It's the music of the mind.
Just like lobster. It's a great vessel for butter, basically.
Most things are a great vessel for butter. That's
Anything is good with butter.
all
Soda.
culinary arts are just ways to get butter, fat, and salt into your face.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And sugar, but that's, whatever. Kappas are a half human, half turtle creature. They have a tortoise-like shell on their back and a long beaky nose. Picture like a sea turtle, how they have that little thing down there. That's how they have a mouth.
Are you saying they have a mouth because they have a mouth?
Well, they do, but it's a beak.
It's a beaked mouth.
Yes.
Like a squid?
No, not like a turtle.
Like a turtle?
Yeah, almost like they're half human, half turtle.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
Wait, but they're
Science
also
is so
amphibians.
cool.
Are
Turtles are
amphibious?
amphibians. Yeah,
But they don't have gills.
I'm going home. I am
What
home.
kind of sorority would a turtle go into?
A slow one.
Pike.
No, that's
That
a
makes
fish.
sense.
It
Also, I think Pike is a frat.
is.
Yeah, Joey
That is a
was in
frat.
it.
It's not a srat. If you ask certain people, you can say it definitely acts as a. Anyway.
You act
So,
like a
what
sorority
about this
girl.
bad boy? Thanks, John. What else about this thing can make me think that it's human-esque?
You?
So it's roughly the...
Me?
Yeah, it's me. I'm going to try. They're the size of a 10-year-old boy, roughly. 3 to 4 feet tall. 20 to 50 pounds. I think I was bigger at 10. I don't want to brag. I'm not trying to flex on the Kappas, but I was bigger than that.
Yeah. And I'm that size now.
That's
as
true.
A 24-year-old boy.
So I'm got my eye on
So-
you, Kappa.
This is one of those things I love in like old timey kind of measurements. Is they just kind of throw out this weird everything's that size. Like a foot was the size of a foot. I like how they're just like, what's the height on this one? 10-year-old boy. Oh yeah, let me get the measuring stick out. Oh, there it is. It goes 1 foot, 2 foot, 3 foot, boy foot.
I'm just going to go out there and say it that all my units of measurement for distance, time, depth,
Measured in boy.
they're all 10-year-old boys.
Yeah, I believe that's how Mark Twain got his name.
Yeah, it was how
It's actually Samuel Clemens.
well, that's
But
true.
a Twain is 20 boys under the water.
And you know how he figured that out? You know
Huckleberry
how
Finn.
in Tom Sawyer they pretend like they're drowned? He didn't. It's not just a fictional story about 2 boys pretending to drown. It's the actual harrowing adventures of a man drowning 20 boys on a stick to see how tall they were.
Otherwise
so he could
known
have
as
a pen
a
name.
twain.
Yeah, exactly.
A Twain, yep.
They have an ape-like face.
Yeah, so I'm just picturing a monkey with a beak.
You know what? I think that's what they're getting at.
I think that's what they're getting at now. Can I freehand? I'm gonna draw what I think this is.
Yeah, that's
and,
fine.
Yes, we'll
there
post.
it is.
We'll post it on the Insta.
Yeah. They have long monk-like hair, which means they have that, like, they forced male pattern baldness onto them. You know how monks do?
Yes. Although I don't think that's male pattern baldness.
I think that's just a choice.
Well,
that's a choice.
they reversed the yarmulke with their hair choice.
The reverse yarmulke.
The reverse yarmulke. cut.
Classic.
Listeners of the
classic boy
Beast of the Week
choice.
podcast, if you want to really emulate the Kappa, walk into your nearest barber shop and say, "Give me the reverse yarmulke."
They'll promptly tell you to get out.
Yep.
Yeah, probably true. In the space where that reverse yarmulke is, where the monk's bald spot is by choice, they have a dish-like hollow, which is the little dip in their head. It's actually a pretty big dip, and they keep a gelatinous fluid in that hollow, which is their life source, their energy source.
And since they are the size of a 10-year-old boy, and they are 10-year-old boys, they also keep a bunch of other things in there.
Matchbox cars.
Gushers.
Oh yeah,
Pokemon cards.
those things
just-
lost all their value in that water.
Oh, they did. But that's the thing about they only have Blastoise. A lot of Blastoise, and those are actually impervious to water.
Some say their skin is either scaly or slimy, which doesn't seem mutually exclusive, but I understand their distinction.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Scaly can be slimy.
fish both Fish can be both.
They're quite frequently.
Yeah, I mean, I've never caught a fish from the water. I'm like, ooh, how dry.
Dry fish.
Dry fish.
How upsetting would it be if you did go fishing and you pulled up a dry fish?
I'd have a lot of questions.
I would have to Wikipedia it. I'd be like, why?
That would be bad news.
Why dry fish? And then I would take a bite out of its tummy.
Well, I've watched you do that with a slimy fish, so that follows.
Yeah.
You fucking gremlin. They have webbed hands and feet, which only makes sense being river children.
Amphibians.
They emit a foul odor, which fish do that too.
Yeah, and it's the smell of old gushers.
And soggy cardboard Pokemon cards.
Oh.
That sounds like a
Smells-
horrible
smells-
smell.
Why do they smell that way?
It smells like the back of an arcade cabinet from like a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, no!
Wow.
Yeah, like the
horrendous.
back of it. There's like an old Klondike bar that's been there for a couple years.
Well, I got a question for you. What would you do for that Klondike bar?
I would continue playing Bad Dudes, the game.
Could have named
arcade
any
game.
actual arcade game. I'm confident you know more than 3, but you picked the one that didn't exist.
No, that one's exists. That one's
Nope.
real.
You're wrong.
Bad Dudes is real. I've played it.
No.
I'm
That
looking
sounds,
it
that
up
sounds legit
right
to
now.
me.
Some say
Yeah.
their arms are connected through their torso, which, to illustrate this, what comes to mind is like, well, I got beer cans and pens in front of me, as I usually do. And if you were to stab a pen through a beer can, that's how their arms are connected.
Oh, he's also got Bad Dudes up on the screen. It's real.
It's not real. It's not real.
Bad Dudes.
This is a fever
It's got
dream.
Ronald Reagan in it.
Oh, then it's real.
That's sick.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Ronald Reagan is real, so therefore, if he's in game
To the
real.
transitive property. So yeah, with their arms connected through the torso, they can slide them from one side to the other. So imagine like you're watching a guy and all of a sudden the length of their right arm shoots through the left and their hand is right on their shoulder. That's roughly what Kappas are possibly able to do. That one's not necessarily canon. That's some like fanfic shit, but
Is it actually?
It's like a some say type thing. Like it's not in every story, but it's in enough stories that we're talking about it.
You're like, it's not canon. Is that what we're calling facts now?
That's
We
what
don't
you
know
call
for
it.
sure.
That's what it's
Really?
It's not official lore, but it's close
Okay.
enough. They can take they take a little metal cap and they'll put it on their head where the metal bowl is, so they can go walk around on land.
Why is it metal?
No. What else would they use?
Wood? Other materials?
What?
Wood's
Plastic?
porous.
Wood's porous?
Yeah, it'll absorb the water.
Plastic.
They didn't
Yeah.
have plastic until recently. They probably use plastic now.
Okay,
Gold.
smart guy. If
That's
wood
a
is
metal.
porous, how come there's boats made out of it, you idiot?
Oh,
They seal
Nope. I just got you right
He
there.
got
They're
you.
buoyant.
Yeah, Ripley's Believe It or Not, you're a fucking jackass.
Yep.
So this is basically like
Ripley's Believe It or Eat My Ass.
Franklin the Turtle.
Yeah, basically with the little fucking cap he wears.
Hey, it's Franklin.
I named my first dog after Franklin because my parents wouldn't let me name him after a Ninja Turtle, but I was confident to name him after a turtle.
I love it.
That was the theme.
That's
Because I
so
was like, I
funny.
want to name him Michelangelo. Like, you can't name him after a Ninja Turtle. So I was like, dog, Ninja Turtle, Franklin. And that same thought process is what brought me to have a podcast. There are hairy versions of the Kappa reported that have a separate name. They're called Hyosube, which are it's the same exact story, but they I don't know, they're like 14-year-old boys instead of 10-year-old boys now. I don't know, maybe they're
adolescent. Just got a really good image in the chat.
That is a
what I'm
denim
imagining.
turtle.
Dude, what?
Posted a picture of a turtle
It's a turtle wearing
jeans.
pants.
Sam sent us a
Turtle
denim
wearing
turtle.
pants, which is essentially what a kappa is.
Denim turtle.
If turtles wore pants, is that how they would wear them?
I think
mean,
so.
it covers the naughty bits.
It does.
Yeah.
It does cover the.
No one
naughty
ever
bits.
talks about a turtle dick.
Oh,
And you
I've
gotta
seen
watch
some
out for it.
footage. You ever see that video of
The
like
turtle fucking a shoe.
Yeah, that's a classic.
That was a classic.
It's this tiny little tortoise, and he's just like fucking a croc, and every 5-second thrust, he goes.
I think we watched that maybe 5 times or so in
with our teacher
history class.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We showed it to him.
And then he would put it on. Just be like,
He put it on the
so
projector. A turtle fucking a shoe.
What a time. That was great.
High school is lit.
If you're listening to the show,
Mr. G,
we learned a lot.
what up, G? Yeah,
Yeah, it sounds like you guys learned a ton.
look what you did to us with your education.
You
Someone
want
want to tell me what it is that Kappas do? Because we know how they look, Turtle Boy, with a divot in the head hole.
Yeah, you got any more about that, or
That's all that they look like. I want to hear somebody tell me.
Let's have that there science boy do it.
all right? Now, Kappas active mostly in the summer. Now, I think that might be because
You
lakes
can't do
are
the whole thing as
frozen.
Arthur Morgan.
I wasn't being Arthur.
No,
Morgan,
that
I was
wasn't
just
Arthur
being
Morgan. You
Southern.
should do it in Arthur Morgan, though.
No.
Whoa, girl.
We already did that
It's all
We did.
once.
It's all right,
And
boy.
Red Dead is old now.
It's true. It's not topical.
Kappas are active mostly in the summer, and I'm going to assume that's actually because probably like lakes and rivers can be frozen.
Well, also, like frogs they freeze themselves to go dormant.
Yeah, maybe the Kappas freeze themselves
Could be.
because
They are turned into ice Kappas.
boys are mostly
The,
active in the
the
summer.
ice caps are melting.
It's a big problem.
Got it.
They can change their color like a chameleon. Which is fun.
chameleon.
They can
Come
transform
and
into a
go.
human, which is
You
just
come and go.
They can transform into a human, which is essentially just making them not have a beak. That one's pretty easy, I would assume.
Sam, you ever try to take a beak off something and try to make it look normal?
Do you think their beak is just actually really squishy and it just like
So
and, like
they
gets
just kinda,
sucked into their face?
Into their face, like it's like when you fold your lip in. That's all they do.
It's just like, wait, what?
Oh, call back to episode 2, Fearsome Critters of the Lumberwood. It's the reverse Hugh gag where it can it rolls its lip back up.
Oh yeah. I wonder if they'd be friends.
It
I think
comes
they'd
and
be
goes. It comes and goes. That's their friendship. It comes and goes.
So-
Carry on, Sam.
Wise words.
Thank you. They have superhuman strength. They love cucumbers, eggplants, and fleshy melons.
Cucumba.
Cucumbers.
And a fun fact, a cucumber-filled sushi roll is called a kappa maki.
Go and get yourself some.
So how about that? What'd you say?
Go and get yourself some.
Go and get. Okay.
But if you ever order a kappa maki at a sushi restaurant, then you're not really...
You're not
Taking
eating a
full-
turtle boy.
Yeah, you're definitely not eating turtle, but if they do have turtle on the menu, try it.
If it's ethically harvested.
How do you ethically harvest a turtle? You hit it with something hard.
Make sure there's enough
and
of
you
them
eat it.
after.
What does that? What?
Egg.
That's the definition of animal husbandry. You can kill them if there's enough of them after.
If they have enough husbands.
If there's enough animals left after you kill that
Oh,
animal.
I thought you meant of that single animal. Like, yeah, you can eat them,
I mean,
but
yeah,
make sure you
should
leave
probably-
enough.
You should probably only kill
Leave
animals that
half.
there's
Leave
enough
half
of.
for the dirt.
Yeah, no, but I thought you meant like if you eat it or something,
Don't
there
go
has to be
killing
enough of that
ducklings for
one
food.
thing.
I mean, yeah, if there's not a whole meal out of this animal, why are you killing it to eat it?
I mean, because you have a beautiful little shell that you can have afterwards. Which,
Make some sweet sunglasses out of it.
Arts and
can make
crafts.
some sunglasses, or you can use it as a surfboard.
You can cosplay as a Kappa.
Yeah, you could. And they also cry pearls instead of tears.
Pearls of wisdom.
Which is nice. It has nothing on the Hodag, which cries the world's most beautiful lemonade, but
That's true. No, it doesn't cry it. You can just use it to make the best lemonade. Let's get our
He
lore
never
straight
cries.
here.
never cries.
Yeah, the Kappa is a sensitive creature. It's only a 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, easy to make a Kappa cry.
You just go up to it and you say, "Hey, my Beyblade's better than yours."
And then you
harvest the pearls.
harvest the pearls.
That would be a great economy.
Yeah.
That would make a child turtle cry. You harvest the pearls.
Simpler times.
Simpler times.
Sounds complicated as fuck.
back in the old.
Eventually they get some thicker skin and you gotta come up with better insults for it. That golden goose don't lay forever.
Now you just beat the crap out of them.
like a pearl
But
factory
even
where
that,
there's
eventually it just dries up. Eventually you just get dead inside.
Get a new one.
And then you just
There's-
make some turtle rolls.
You
You know, honestly,
Yeah.
this is a self-sufficient creature.
Yeah,
really
exactly.
is.
I'm imagining like a pearl factory being like 50 Kappas strapped down in like Clockwork Orange style, and they're just playing Where the Red Fern Grows
I was gonna say
on like
the
a giant projector.
I was gonna say the opening part to Up.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't know though. Maybe the Kappa probably thinks that's funny
They do not love
because they are yet another trickster type of cryptid,
that's true.
and we
Oh,
use
those tricksters.
trickster. We use trickster with like a fun different font. Like we spell trickster with Comic Sans.
And X's.
Because their trick, their fantastic little prank is drowning women and children.
Fucking pranked. How many?
Oh,
all right,
they got him.
we go back to the Manageshi. So many of these, the prank is murdering, but the prank is also very often drowning. Did people used to find drowning hilarious? It's like, you bitch, the water killed you.
You got killed by water.
Yeah, you drank too much,
Weak.
bud.
That's your water hangover death.
Yep. Water overdose, bro. Yeah, I mean, hell, there was a couple. That's how you replenish like the internal pearl supply after you show them the beginning of Up. Then you show them the movie Titanic, and they're cracking up.
Well, they laugh till they cry. It's kind of like the end
Yeah.
of Monsters Inc. when they found out children's laughter works.
Works better, even.
More efficient fuel source. Eventually, kids don't scream at the same things. You know, you watch the same horror movie enough. It's not scary, but I watch Step Brothers probably 3 times a year, and I laugh just as hard.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
or you just watch The Office on repeat.
I stopped laughing and more just kind of gaze into the abyss to The Office.
Yeah, I still laugh once in a while. I was
laugh.
watching
I
the
think it's
episode where they're interviewing all the new potential managers.
Yeah,
I just
And
watched that one yesterday.
The part where Gabe starts screaming, "Shut up about the
That is
sun!"
true.
Up about the sun.
It's fucking hilarious.
Fun fact about that episode: you know the old guy that's like nickel and diming them about like I don't
Gas.
know, long distance. That's Warren Buffett.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Warren
damn.
Buffett. That's so funny.
Isn't that
When I
hilarious?
first saw it, because I didn't notice the first time, then I was
Yeah.
like, what the
I mean,
hell?
I if I didn't read that, I don't know what Warren Buffett looks like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, yesterday, like, because
I
I
don't
do
watch
not
TED
know
Talks.
what Warren Buffett
I thought it
looks
was
like,
so-
you idiot.
I don't
How do
fucking know.
I don't either. I didn't know who
Really?
that was.
Why would I Google what Warren Buffett looks like to wank my wang?
that you've seen him in the newspaper or online or some shit.
Joey,
I don't
I host a
read the
podcast
news.
about monsters. I don't look at educational
It's
things.
fair. We also
Yeah,
have an
the
office in
news.
Omaha, so I got really interested in things in Omaha for a while, and that's it. It's literally Warren Buffett.
And a pretty good Counting Crows song.
Omaha.
You know what?
Somewhere out in
Middle
Middle America, getting right to the heart that matters. It's the
This is
heart
actually-
that matters. Oh,
Very convenient because the Kappa, as well as being a fan of the Counting Crows, also loves sumo wrestling.
okay.
Yeah, they just love sumo wrestling. Play a little bit of Long December during a sumo match. Yeah, Kappas are in their element.
And they're also making pearls during that time because you try fighting a man to a tearjerker like that song,
Yeah.
you're both getting wet.
Now, unlike sumo wrestling, there are some things that the Kappa hates. One of them is being iron. They hate sesame.
They hate being
ginger.
iron.
They hate iron, just
He said
iron in
one thing,
general.
being iron.
I said being iron.
He said being iron.
Thanks, Joe.
John,
they
roll
hate
it back. Let's listen to that again.
I have my audio right here. Being iron. Yeah. And they also hate loud noises. So that makes me think, what kind of fucking metal is their cap?
Steel.
Not iron.
Lead.
Steel is iron.
Steel is part of iron.
Gold. It's gold.
Ooh. It's pearl.
It's not a metal.
Now,
It's pearl.
since we're very we're captivated on the activities and the little fun things Kappas do. Joe, you want to tell me about the MO of the Kappa?
The modus operandi.
Dum dum.
Dun, 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 dun.
So here's the thing. You know, it's a classic Kappa death when you see the victim was pulled into the water, and the life was literally sucked right out of them. Do, 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 do. But the way he sucks the soul out of people isn't the way you would expect. You know, with like, you know, the Indiana Jones reaching in and Kalimar, and then ripping out the heart.
Om Nom Shivai. Om Nom Shivai.
Instead, no, and it doesn't do that like a vampire where it sucks it through your neck like a civilized person, but rather right up through your asshole.
These fucking degenerates.
This thing just goes right up to you, pulls you underwater
And
while you're
eats
gasping
your
for
ass.
breath down there. It's just like,
How disorienting is that moment in your life where you're just taking a nice stroll? Maybe you're like taking this girl out, you know, you've been trying to ask her out for a while, but you don't get the nerves up. You get the butterflies and you see her and you never say the right thing, but finally you build up the confidence and you go up to her and you say, hey, you want to go for a walk down by the river? And it's, you know, it's a nice day. There's butterflies and, you know, it's the sun's on you. And all of a sudden a turtle boy comes from the water and he drags you and he sumo wrestles you and he fucking pulls a sweet DDT and you're in the water and you're like, this is how I die. He's going to drown me. And you're ready to be drowned. You've accepted that mortality. And all of a sudden you feel its beak on your anus and it just starts sucking.
I think we've had enough of the show for tonight, folks. Yeah, so that's definitely one of the worst ways to die. I don't know if we've covered something that might be worse, but this is probably one of the most traumatizing ways to go.
The rake was terrifying, but this is...
The rake was terrifying, but like...
This is upsetting on a whole other level.
This is definitely upsetting.
It's a bad trick.
At the very least, it's a major inconvenience.
It's a huge inconvenience. What are you talking about?
I'm saying at the very least.
At the very least.
It's a major inconvenience.
But this thing isn't just kinky. It's not about eating ass for the sake of eating ass. No, actually,
It's not for the pleasure.
No, not for the pleasure. Well, kind of. We can't judge whether
I'm
it is
sure
or is
he's
not
having a good
pleasurable
time.
for him. But either way, they're just going over to suck the entrails right out of you, particularly the liver.
The
They're
liver,
big
I like
fans of the
eating
liver.
Chicken livers, come on.
Would you ever eat a human liver?
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh.
I definitely would. Yeah, I would.
You know what? I
Okay.
would say I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole. I'm gonna poke that, Sam. Open up.
Yeah. So I have a friend with fatty liver disease, and he is looking to make a little meal out of his liver.
Yeah, fine.
If they have to get it removed, I figure this is ethical because we'll all be enjoying it.
So you want to eat a diseased liver?
Well, it's just got marbling.
That nice marbling.
Okay.
That's what fatty liver disease is. It's just marbling.
So the gremlin Sam wants to eat human offal.
Yep.
That's
I mean, it's not the part I would want.
what part do you want?
I don't know. Maybe like the calf. Maybe
he's a thigh
or,
man
like-
himself.
The thigh
Yeah,
man.
I feel like the thigh would be a nice
slow
like,
roast it.
A loin would be
loin.
nice.
Where would they?
The butt.
Yeah.
The butt would be delicious.
Right
Well,
there.
you're
Right
right
back
up
to
the
eating
Kappa's
ass.
alley right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm not talking about the bung. I'm talking
bung.
about the butt cheek. Like, have you ever seen a butt cheek and you're just like, I want to nibble?
Like a prime rump.
I'm I'm out.
Sometimes the Kappa will just snack on flesh.
Carve off a little bit of the butt and then just.
Much like our very much revealed spooky boy Sam, sometimes the Kappa likes to snack on human flesh.
It'll see a butt it likes and just like, I'm just gonna go snack on that.
It's not all about slurping the asshole out. It's also about taking a chomp out of that ass.
Oh yeah.
Some kind of BLT, the butt, lettuce, and tomato sandwich.
I wonder if people who are not familiar with English idioms just do not understand what we say by eating ass.
I think it's pretty obvious.
I don't think
know.
it's that
I don't know.
obvious. To
Eating
eat
ass?
something implies.
Yeah, you eat the ass.
Are
like
you telling
consuming.
me you have consumed ass?
This is more just
You use your teeth when lovemaking with almost every facet.
hold up, you're out here biting buttholes?
Well, yeah, that's how you get the. That's how
Toria,
you.
Toria, come in here, please.
I'm gonna call her. I need to know.
No, this is
Toria?
That's how. Well,
Is
I mean,
he
that's,
hurting you?
You want to have the glands excrete the delicious ass juices.
So maybe the fruit that it
Well,
eats
this was
is
real fun, guys.
There's a lot of juice.
I think we're done with this podcast now.
I think we can wrap
I
it
think
up
I've
here.
quit every episode since the Denver one, but you sicken me.
Jump.
Yeah. You can make a nice carbonara out of the ass.
No.
So maybe
No.
the fruit it loves, the cucumbers, melons, and eggplants, simulate this fleshy feeling, and that's why it likes it so much. The
I'm
fruits
so
that
much
is.
more uncomfortable after
Okay,
learning about
so-
Sam. Let's mosey on past.
You know what?
There's
kinda
not even a
pisses me
transition
off,
for that. I
though?
don't
I
even know
don't
what
really
to do
want to
from
know what pisses
You know what
you
kind
off
of pisses me
anymore.
off? You
What?
can eat the ass, but the ass never eats back. You know?
No, Sam, I don't know.
I just like a little, I don't know, back and forth.
With a butt?
You know? Yeah, it never eats back.
So much like Sam, Kappas can also be a menace to society. Much like Sam, they can be blamed for a large number of drownings. No, Sam doesn't. He stops before it goes too far.
Yeah.
But Kappas will pull you onto the water and drown you as their maw is just buried in that sweet, sweet anus. And sometimes, now this is we're gonna touch on a somber note here. We don't want to make light of this, but they have been associated with theft and a far more serious crime, rape. They are, well, we've already covered that they're degenerate creatures.
I thought this whole thing was considered rape. How they like?
I mean, it's definitely.
I mean, like,
as there could have been a consensual Kappa encounter. There has to have been.
Christ, what a kinky way to go.
I mean, there was that guy. I think in England, there was these guys who were on this like fetish blog for cannibalism fetish, and they agreed that this guy was going to be murdered so they could eat him, and they tried to eat the penis together, but they said it was too chewy. And long story short, the guy bled out upstairs while the other guy cooked various parts of him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I remember reading this.
No, that's a true story.
Yeah, and I was there, and it was far too chewy.
Okay, Sam.
Yeah, I'm out.
You okay? You doing all right up there?
Yeah,
Okay, I'm just.
I haven't drank a drop, so I'm good.
That's not better.
Kappa, camellia.
To go with their debauched sense of life, they sometimes will go so far to hide in toilets so they can reach up and touch lady parts. They'll just give them a little pet, I guess. I don't know.
Giggity.
Yeah, fair enough.
No.
Oh my goodness.
So now let's do a deep dive into the ass eating of the Kappas, because it's not just that they want the liver, and it's not just that they want to get their little turtle tongue up into the dark recesses of your man womb. They
For the sheer Kodama.
Yeah, they gain power by taking the victim's shirikodama, which is a mythical ball said to contain the soul, which is located
In the
delicately in the anus.
In the anus.
Which is something, to go from this crass point, I find interesting because you talk about chakras. The root chakra is roughly in that area. It's in your pelvic region. I don't know enough about chakras to say I'm any sort of authority, but I feel like that's related. They get a soul from the asshole, and the asshole also contains a chakra that binds you to the ground, keeps you grounded. So, throughout modern day Japan, to this day, if you're roaming certain parts of Japan and you come to certain bodies of water, there are still warning signs saying the Kappa's here, it might get you. I don't know how explicit they are about the ass eating, though.
Make sure to wear pants.
Yeah, if you wear pants, then you're safe.
Well, that turtle you sent us is safe from the Kappas.
Very safe.
Very, very safe, actually. Yeah.
It's got a little denim diaper on. Kappas as a menace is a common theme. It's not. It's
Tricksters. They're tricksters.
They are
little shitheads.
just like the arcade game, bad dudes.
They're bad
they are
dudes.
like the fictional arcade game Bad Dudes.
It's not. I thought I had you with that one, but I guess you're back on the defensive.
So, from a great book that I like to draw from for these episodes, A Field Guide to Demons by Carol and Dinah Mack, they outline a few stories of some specifically naughty Kappas throughout history.
Ooh. Long ago, in a river of a small village in Japan, there lived a Kappa. These are their stories. He had eaten a number of residents and farm animals. One day, a horse went to the river to drink. Soon as the Kappa struck, the horse reared and ran back to his master, ripping one of the demon's arms off in the scuffle. In terrible pain, the Kappa ran to retrieve his arm from the farm. He promised to leave the villagers alone if he could only have his arm back. So the farmer made him sign a document, which he did, with a webbed handprint. He never bothered the villagers again. Furthermore, if he knew of another Kappa in the water, he warned the villagers of the danger. The demon print can actually be viewed to this day in a small temple that contains the original document. They're law-abiding citizens, mind you.
It's incredible how much they respect bureaucracy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all about red tape. That's all they're interested in.
I wouldn't say all.
In another village, a Kappa got stuck to a cow as he reached into the animal by his usual route,
The anus.
the butt. The cow reared and ran home, breaking off the arm in the process. Now, I was complaining about when the ass doesn't eat back, but here it is.
Turns out if it's a cow.
If it's a cow, well, I've been going after the wrong mammal. When the
As far as your dietary preferences, yes.
when the Kappa went to retrieve his arm from the cow's owner, the man was reluctant to give it back to him. Just like, I don't know, partner. The cow returned with this arm, and it's mine now.
Maybe he just didn't want to go and
Get it
defist
back.
the cow.
Yeah, well, the cow probably pooped at some point.
Fair.
And poop out an arm. Oh, that must be
Poop an arm.
horrifying.
You ever pooped an arm?
Poop out like a double arm too. It's like, what is this tube with hands?
Two hands.
Bessie, have you been eating tube hand? I told you, girl. The Kappa promised though. He was just like, well, hold up. I need my arms. Do you know how hard it was to knock on your farm door?
Got a splitting headache.
Yeah, it sucked. And he promised that in exchange, he would teach the man how to set broken bones. From then on, the man became a famed healer and passed the art down to his son. His son, Dr. Oz.
Oh.
That's where it came from.
That's the origin story?
That's the origin story of Dr. Oz.
Yeah, it's going to be in the next Marvel movie.
Yeah, exactly.
So cool.
It's going to be like, oh, I'm Thanos, and Dr. Oz is going to be like, but have you had any acai berries today? And Thanos is like, what?
Well, I'm just going to go ahead and say that the doctor who learned their skills from a Kappa is the true Doctor Strange.
Yeah, because he was just like, double arm tube, I can heal now. What the fuck? I'm just trying to grow some goddamn radishes. Here I am setting bones.
A mummified Kappa is on display in Amari, Saga Prefecture, at the Matsura Brewery. This mummy was discovered in a black box during renovation in the 1950s.
Now, that's a whole Kappa, right? That's not just the arm.
Nah, it's a whole mummified Kappa.
The arms might not be there.
Is it like... Yeah, it's true, honestly. I wonder if it's like you ever see the Fiji mermaid?
What?
No.
It was this fake thing that it was in
Googling.
Ripley's Believe It and Not and shit. Yeah, send us a picture of it. But yeah, Jamie, pull that up. But it was this like fake thing. It was a half monkey, half fish that they said was a little mermaid creature. And it went like it was in like the old freak show days. It went all around. And I wonder if the cap is like that. Yeah, there it is, the Fiji mermaid.
What the hell?
I hate this.
It looks like you ever see House of a Thousand Corpses?
Yeah, it looks like Dwight.
It looks like Dwight, yeah.
That's not legit, is it?
No, I literally just told you, like, this is a confirmed hoax.
Oh, okay. That makes sense, because what I'm looking at doesn't make sense.
So similar to the first story, a temple in the Kumamoto prefecture is said to have a mummified Kappa hand, rather than just the document.
Which shows that they didn't give it back.
Yeah.
I wonder if they went back on the document. I want to know if the document said they'd give the hand back or not.
I don't know. I don't know. Probably just one hand. Maybe they took one hand, but they kept they're like, you can have your tube, but we're keeping a hand.
He only had the shoulders.
Yeah. Which is, I guess, better.
You won't be eating ass without these arms.
And the Kappa said, oh, just you fucking watch.
Don't believe me, just watch. So, you may be wondering to yourself, What do I do if I encounter a Kappa? Like, I don't want my ass ate to such a degree. No. That's beyond. What's my safe word with the Kappa?
How come the Kappa gets to have all the fun?
Well, there are ways to combat a Kappa attack. The number one being, and as we've covered with their profound respect for binding contracts, the Kappa is notoriously courteous. And in Japan, I don't feel like I'm speaking out of my ass. It's pretty well known that bowing is a big part of the culture of the respect there. And the Kappa is no different. The Kappa will bow as long as you bow and as deep as you bow. So if you encounter one, if you see it on the riverside, bow as deep as you can and keep your eye on it. Watch as the fluid in the bowl of its head drips out. When it is empty, this Kappa has to replenish this fluid or else he will die. His power source is gone and he will flee away, meaning that you can also flee away from the waters of the Kappa. But check it out. Life pro tip. When the Kappa's bowl is empty, if you are to refill it, he's bound to you for life. You get a turtle boy slave just by putting some water in a bowl. My cat doesn't listen to me, and I put water in a bowl every day.
How useful would that be?
Well, they're renowned
It's there to
healers.
set your bones.
Yeah, they teach you shit. They we'll talk more about what they can do, but honestly, it's pretty helpful. That you know, even as a farmhand, his hand gets stuck in cow ass, and you just that's a hell of a shepherd. So, as we've also covered, if the Kappa is to lose, again, it's the story. It might be that the arms are connected, that they might not, but the point being, if the Kappa's arm is pulled off, it owes you to get it back. It needs its arm back, and you can get anything out of it, particularly if you make a signed document, which is, I just really respect a monster that understands the law. I'm tired of these outlaw monsters getting at me. And as we discussed, Kappas love cucumbers, eggplants, and fleshy melons. So if you get a honeydew and you carve the name of your loved ones, the people you don't want their ass ate, just carve your name into this fruit, toss it into the water, and it will get you protection from the Kappa.
While these things are known for their tricks and their love of contracts, some of them can actually be pretty good dudes. Not all of them are bad dudes.
Some of them understand consent when it comes to eating ass.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
They'll definitely respect it if you have it written out.
Even an old turtle boy can learn new tricks, like that thing with their tongue. Going to Japan.
Going to Japan.
Kappas have been known to help farmers irrigate their crops, which makes sense with their intimate association with the water. They have been known to bring fresh fish to people, and given that they're frequently, this is a story very much from rural areas by and large, that's probably a pretty big help. And it is all said that if a Kappa is to bring you that fish, that is a great blessing. This is a malicious, generally spirit saying, here you go. I
have
helped.
this fish. It's just a fillet of fish that I found in my
It's just
sedan.
a burger.
It's a fillet of fish I found in the back of my sedan.
They are renowned healers, as we've covered with the bone setting. But it's not just bone setting. They are great healers, which you see a lot associated with water in various mythologies, if I'm not mistaken. I know the waterbenders were healers.
Good pull.
It's the Avatar mythology.
I like how you said, mythology, and then you went to not that.
That's mythology.
The Avatar is not mythology.
It's anime.
That's, once again, not mythology.
It's folklore.
Okay, I'll give it folk. For some folks, it might be. There is
some
lore.
folks, it's lore.
Yeah.
For some folks, it's lore.
You got me.
Apparently, and delightfully, they honor the written contract very seriously, and they sign it with a handprint, which might be forced because you could just write a document after you stole its arm and just smack it in some ink and put it on there like a stamp.
Do you think people would actually do that, though? That's not very nice.
Forgery is as old as prostitution.
Sounds like some
what?
Bad dudes, if you ask me.
Yeah, it's good to know they're not real then.
Yeah.
Furthermore, the Kappa is revered in Shinto as a form of Suijin, which is a deity of the water, which follows because they likely look at the positive side of the Kappa, their healing, their help to farmers, their blessings of fish.
There's some good things there.
See, they're positive. Yeah, they're nice. And Sam, I think you know a little bit more about Shinto than us. Could you give us a little rundown?
Yeah, it focuses on ritual practices, the ways of the gods.
From my understanding, it's very based in ancestral spirits and nature spirits.
I believe so. That does sound correct.
Which makes sense why such a popular nature story, nature creature, makes its way in.
Exactly. It's there's like a whole aspect of Shinto that is just based on folk beliefs.
That's really cool.
Makes sense.
Interesting. So as you can tell, we're not scholars of Japanese culture, religion, or anything really.
We're not really scholars.
I'm a scholar.
I know a lot about Japanese
Okay.
war.
Fuck you.
All right.
Fuck you.
Yeah, okay.
You call me not a scholar?
Yeah, okay.
I read scholastic books every day.
I love the Scholastic Book Fair.
Magic's
Yeah,
Treehouse.
You get some fucking boxcar kids from those, and
Some Captain Underpants.
Sit down with a nice little cup of sleepy time tea, and
So, as we've discussed, Kappas can be nice, and a big part of being nice, being
Is
genuine,
what gets you laid.
in your heart. If you're nice in your heart, you can find love out there, and you can open yourself up to other people.
and the Kappa.
And you can say, "Hey, this is me. This is who I am inside." And then you go out, you go get a drink, and then you talk to them. You get to know them, and then you say, "Oh, like we have a lot of similar interests. Let's go watch a movie together." And you bring them home, and you bring them to Pound Town.
If only there was some way to measure exactly how charming this little creature is.
I actually might have a way to measure that, and
Do you?
I'm not measuring this one in boys.
Do you? Is it?
I'm
What about
measuring-
so
I'm
not in
measuring
twains?
Is
Yeah,
this
no
is this
twains.
measure that you have of affection? Is it smart or is it something else?
I'd say this love is stupid.
Swipe right, baby. Let's find these beasts some love.
Here we go. So, Love is Stupid created a nice little Tinder for the Kappa. Affectionately named myself Frank Zappa the Kappa.
I would
24.
believe that Frank Zappa was a Kappa.
What was the picture you used?
I used a horrifying fucking image of a Kappa.
Oh.
It really is terrible. So, unfortunately, the Kappa, it finds a decent amount of love.
That's good.
I will say this is the first cryptid that those of the gentleman persuasion are also very much interested in. Some boys are interested in.
So
The
this is
twains.
this is our first bisexually appealing cryptid because
apparently.
we are open to all forms of love here at Beast of the Week. We're very accepting. We're very kind. We're allies. But our cryptids have yet to garner male interest.
Yeah.
Not even the airport.
Not even the airport.
And the airport can get it.
Oh, it's fucking hot.
The airport does get it.
I'd mush with that airport.
That's great, and I hate that phrase. So, first we're starting off with a gentleman named Andrew. I say, this was on New Year's Eve, I said, "Hello, what are your thoughts on death?" And no response from Andrew after that.
Oh man, he's not ready to. This guy likes small talk.
I know. I wanted to get in the nitty gritty. I have Hannah here, to which I just said,
Hold on, how'd you spell that?
just ah. And
If
that's
only
it.
she read it in the same way.
Yeah, nothing from her.
It'd be nice if you could leave voice
message.
messages.
It would just be a lot of sound like. It would be an audio dick pic.
Like,
Yeah, I hope not.
guess what that is?
It's my
Guess what that
wiener.
is?
It's my wiener. It sounds like a pillow. So I have Patricia here.
What?
You
What do
just
your
beating
pillows
your
sound like?
chest.
I was trying to make a masturbation sound.
How about this? Is this better?
Yeah, I was gonna say like your whole body is made out of flesh. So like you the
Speak for
instrument's
yourself,
there.
Sam. I have a shell and a head that's a divot, and I eat ass.
That's great.
What is a Kappa?
300. Put it on the board.
I'll take
Kappas for 400.
All right. Oh God.
That's a haunting.
Like a fucking Jeopardy theme on a theremin.
The fact that they haven't been doing that for like 40 years on Halloween is a goddamn shame.
It really is. It's the scariest instrument. So I matched with Patricia, who I asked, "Do you have any cucumbers?" No response from Patricia. I also had Alicia, who I messaged and I said, "Got any cumbers?" Once again, none. I'm getting the bad ones out first that didn't respond.
These are still good.
I have Micah, who I asked.
Wait, is that male or female?
Female.
Micah's gender neutral name.
I believe so, yes. But this is female. And I say, hey, you want that ass ate?
Nothing.
Probably getting flagged on a lot of these.
That's probably true.
I have a Taylor.
I
that
hope so.
Similar thing. I said, damn girl, you want that ass ate?
Did she respond?
Nope. Once
Oh.
again.
Did
Now,
anyone
I do
want
have-
their ass ate?
Yes, one person.
That's enough.
A couple, actually. But there's one girl, Emily, who just sent me a picture of a cucumber. To which I responded, yes. Please more. Tie me up and give me that cumber.
Now, what's kind of fucked up is if you look at the picture that you used, and then you think about what you said. That's really
Haunting.
weird.
It's
All right.
a ghost. It's a ghostly image.
So
Give me that
you're
pepper.
walking down the
give me the pepper,
Japanese riverside with your honey, and this guy, this turtle boy, with the picture that will be posted on Instagram, pops out of the reeds and goes, "Tie me up and give me them cumbers."
Give me the cumber, baby.
You got any melon?
Out of its fucking beak hole. Cumbers.
Just this guy right here. Just like, you got any cumber?
I seriously, I think he sounds like Kermit the Frog, though.
Nah, dude, he smells like old
got any
gushers.
cumbers?
Want the cumber, baby? Give me
Hey
that
there.
sweet cumber.
I'd like to make a rainbow connection with your bunghole.
Not enough people want to make a rainbow connection with him since he's only getting ladies.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
I lost my arm in the inside of Miss Piggy. Alright, I can still eat some ass. I taught Beaker how to set bones.
Man, Fozzie Bear is pretty much the Kramer of the Muppets verse, huh?
You tied it to Seinfeld now, which I'm unclear as to how the Kappa fits in, but
No, I'm
So
just
is
thinking about it.
Okay.
Jerry Kermit?
Yeah,
Yes.
what's
Can you-
the deal?
That's it. I don't want to say the rest.
What the fuck?
What's the deal with eating ass?
He did it.
you don't actually eat the ass.
You don't actually eat the ass.
Boom, 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 boom. Boo-doo-doo.
And then Kramer walks in, and he's also a Kappa, and he's just like, I've got a great idea. Cucumbers all over the house, Jerry.
Well, now we're discussing the ass-eating Seinfeld crossover.
It's the ass-eating Muppets Seinfeld crossover. Oh my god. That's amazing.
That's what we need.
I'm
the
going
world.
to bed.
Good night, John.
The next person we have on the list is Gavin. And
Oh.
did he dance?
Whoa.
His first fucking message to me, he wanted to break the ice because he took one look and he was just like, "You only come out in the summer, baby. I gotta break the ice." To which he said,
That was
"What
better
the
than the reaction you got.
He said, "What the fuck?" to which I said, "Yeah, how are you?" He said, "Fucking chilling, bro. You?" I said, "Just eating ass." And to which his response was, "Neat. Is that a kind of fish?" Which, like,
What?
I didn't want to respond to that. He flipped the switch on me. I had to teach him how to set bones after that.
Wait,
Did he
wait.
take your arm?
Can you respond right now?
No.
Can you say something like, I'm really sorry, I didn't mean for it to go down like this, but I want to eat your ass. Give him a little context.
Just
Give him a
here's
little
what you
context
do.
to work from.
You got to figure out how to do italics on Tinder. That's going to take some hacking. And you just message to him. I want to eat the soul out of your asshole.
That's passionate. That's really passionate.
Yo, sweetheart, let me get at that Dama. Let me get at your life source.
You know that
I'm like confused by
let
your
me
accent
get at
right
your
now.
life source might actually work.
What accent was that?
That's Japanese. Hey, yo, baby. Konbawa gozaimasu. How you doing?
There we go.
Well,
That was it. That was a successful. That was actually a really lame one. Fuck you,
Yeah.
Sam.
I will
on.
say the Kappa, and I've been running out of likes daily.
You don't have Tinder Gold?
No.
Ugh, coward.
You don't have Tinder Gold for every single monster we do every week.
Don't
Yeah,
think-
because I have to remake these.
You have to. Oh, okay. I didn't know you made a. I thought you could just change the name willy nilly. I don't know.
Oh no.
You can't change your name on Tinder.
Don't you have
now.
to have like a Facebook account set up?
I don't. No,
Yeah.
no, they got rid of that. You can just have a number. I don't
Yeah.
use Tinder. I'm not lonely.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you're lonely. Shut the fuck up, John.
Look at
I'm not
you. You have a-
lonely.
you
I
have a-
have the love of the masses and my friends and alcohol.
You have a podcast about cryptids.
None of those things you mentioned love you back.
I don't know.
Sam,
One-
can I get
100
my
people
can I get
don't
my
lie.
Foley artists over in tropical Manchester to give the sounds of my tears?
Drip, drop, drip, drop, drip, drop.
So
That's the sound of your tears. They make a sucking sound when they hit the ground.
that's why I don't open up.
For some reason, that makes sense to me.
Yeah. On a scale of 1 to 10.
Sounds about right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, does the Kappa fuck? We know it
I'm
eats
gonna-
ass and rapes, but does it fuck?
I'm going to give the
Consensually.
Kappa a 3.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
3.
Yeah.
Low score. The ratio of consensual intercourse for the Kappa to eating ass is way off.
It's probably why it does what it does.
That was definitely the
Yeah.
most attractive picture of a Kappa you could use, though.
That's
Yeah.
In all fairness.
That's true.
Yeah. Thank you. I know. I that's why I'm hoping next week we can find a sexier cryptid.
I think we got a sexier cryptid.
Okay, good. Because the Kappa is, even the hairy version is terrifying.
Let's just say next week's cryptid, I think he fucks.
All right.
All right, so despite the sexual prowess being lacking of the Kappa, their kindness has been known to be
It makes up for it.
Maybe it compensates for it.
Either way,
Yeah.
not bad.
He's the guy who's just like, he's like, I bought you lunch once. Why don't you show me your tits? I'll win
Hey,
at
I-
horse.
I win all the way to Panera.
So this Kappa's an incel.
Probably.
I think Kappas are kind of incel.
Yeah. Look at their actions. I mean, it's an
It's
incel.
definitely not socially acceptable. Definitely not.
No, for sure not.
But
But they respect the law also. So,
they rape left and right and murder.
however, if you write down
They
in a document,
don't-
do
they
not
don't get
rape,
to have-
then it's like,
They don't
fuck
I
get
mean,
to
that's
have
actually
sex.
true. No, that's
I like how I Urban Dictionary'd incel, and the definition of incel is tricksters.
no way.
no
It's
way.
a part of the definition is tricksters.
So, an example of the generosity and kindness of the Kappa. We only have one of those, which might be why it won't get laid. In Tokyo, there is what translates to the Kappa Bridge, the Kappabashi, which was the story goes that a raincoat dealer had devoted his life to build drainage and bridges, ways of travel for the constantly flooding canals of the surrounding Tokyo.
Thank you so much for the definition of bridges, John. Ways of travel. Thank you.
Sometimes
Roasted.
there's a body of water
Sometimes
that you can't get around too well, and so you go ahead and you build a thing over it, and you can walk over it. This
Thank
has
you.
been John Cannon ASMR Bridge Education.
It's very specific.
The Beast of the Week abridged.
Fuck. I'm just gonna restart that. I'm all lost.
Yeah.
A raincoat dealer had devoted his entire life to build drainage and bridges for the canals surrounding Tokyo. At the time, they would flood constantly. And it was a big problem because you can't go over them. You can't go under them. Got to go through them, as the good old song goes. But it sucks to go through them. So he was going to build some bridges. And he sucked at building bridges. He poured most of his money. Also, a raincoat dealer in a place constantly flooding probably made a good money. A good money.
Yeah.
A real solid money.
He made that good money. He sunk most of his raincoat fortune into a bridge that just wouldn't work. It kept breaking. The water kept running over it. It was a clusterfuck. And he was just at the end of his rope. He had no more money. He was exhausted. He had built 3 bridges. He put a board over it. No good. Put a door over it. No good. It opened. He couldn't figure it out. So he was, going along his business one day, just putting paper over it, see if that worked. He was really trying anything at this point. And a Kappa that he had saved earlier in his life happened to come by, which probably means he refilled the bowl on his head after bowing so deep the guy almost died, which happens. And the Kappa agrees to help with the job. And in no time, the bridge was finished. It was done easily, quickly, on time, and under budget. Yet another shining example of the Kappa's work ethic and promise.
Mm-hmm.
If I got the Kappa's resume, I'd take one look at him and say, HR might have a problem with you, but you're good by me.
HR might have a problem. Actually, most of your resume is disclaimers.
It's just, don't hire me, don't hire me. I built a real good bridge.
Great at bridges. Unfortunately, this is Little Caesars, and it's not going to help you land this job. I'm sorry.
Kappa. So, with every cryptid, we've covered how they can be good, how they can be bad, what they look like, what they tend to do. And we like to go into other alternative explanations for them. And there is a slew of them for the Kappa, which makes sense. It's real fucking old.
Mm-hmm.
So who's got number 1 here?
So it's actually kind of similar to other things we covered, like most notably the Loch Ness Monster, how they both kind of serve as a cautionary tale to keep children away from dangerous bodies of water. If you go too close, then this either the giant Nessie will get you and do whatever it will, or you'll get your ass
Nessie
ate
a
to death.
cautionary tale for water?
Yeah, that, and there was the one where the kids were doing the do, and then they got sucked up by a water horse.
Yeah, water horse.
Yep.
Just
got thrown
drove
in
them
the lake.
right in there.
Yeah,
That was about listen to your parents and don't do anything on the Sabbath.
So on a somber note from there's another reason why parents would tell children about the Kappa. And that's because, and this is very sad. Again, as we mentioned, this is very, this story takes place in rural areas a lot. And the families there are very poor and they couldn't afford to take care of their children a lot of times. So they'd have a new baby and they'd just give it to the water and it would drown. And so they would tell their other children, oh, like the Kappa took it, stay away from the water or it'll take you, because that explains this horrible detail. And also it keeps them away from the water so they can't see the fucking dead babies.
Yeah, that's dark.
Also, there's some fun ones.
So, Portuguese monks came to Japan in the 16th century, and they resembled Kappas in that they had the similar monk, like Friar Tuck kind of hairstyle.
Tuck. That's a good comparison.
Yeah. They had robes which resembled the Kappa's shell, and Kappa is the Portuguese word for the monk's robes. So,
Suspicious.
Kind of follows.
yeah, I don't see the problem I have with that explanation. You look at the Portuguese monk, you look at the Kappa, and you say, first off, it's a lot of very short Portuguese monks.
We don't know how tall they were. People were shorter back then.
They were not 3 to 4 feet tall.
You weren't there.
That seems valid.
Yeah, that's true. I wasn't there in the 16th century. You got me there. Now, on top of that, did these Portuguese monks have a penchant for eating ass and drowning? Like, was it just like, oh yeah, Portuguese monks, they'll fucking drown you and then eat your ass?
You weren't
They just
there.
want your they just want your shirikodama,
I mean,
Daniel.
you could argue that what the Portuguese monks were doing there, converting to Christianity, was robbing the Japanese people of their soul.
Okay.
Wow.
And they probably ate a few asses.
I mean, yeah.
You don't go to a new country as the conquering marauders and not eat an
can't-
ass or two.
A little bit of the local flavor. I know.
That's a whole Anthony Bourdain, parts really unknown.
Yeah, parts.
Parts that should remain unknown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Kappas might have something a little bit more fun up their sleeves. A little something outer space. John, you as our resident boy.
There are some who say that the Kappa is related to ancient astronaut theory, ancient aliens. So let's start with the big one. The Kappa may be an interdimensional being which uses portals to travel to our world. Much like the Anunnaki, which if you look into the history of the world, there are snake-like reptilian gods throughout history in Egypt, in Ecuador, Mesopotamia. This is a constant, this interdimensional being. They planted us here to harvest
What
gold
about-
for their
Okay,
ships.
So they're not amphibians?
No, they can go in the water.
They can go.
But you said reptilian.
Joey.
John, how are they using portals then?
Well, you see, some interdimensional beings travel to our world onto the dry land, into the sky. That's why you hear about sky beings. That's why you hear about monsters on the land. And there are also a slew of submerged beings, and they travel through whirlpools, which are common in Kappa stories. They come through the whirlpool, and they come to the surface, and they say, all right, I'm here. I'm going to steal some people. I'm going to take their life source. Just like all of these fucking monsters want to do, all these aliens that have come to us. They're after our life source. The real energy that comes from human suffering. The food of the reptilian people. It is what they are bringing. They are sowing onto our world. They are going to reap what they sow.
In the assholes?
The assholes?
Hold up, so they sewed our assholes in and then they came to reap them? I think you mean eat.
You're not taking this nearly seriously enough.
Yeah.
So if they're the space beings, do they only travel by whirlpools then? If they're
They travel by portals.
Don't they need-
The whirlpool is one of many.
Don't they need water on the sending end?
We don't know what dimension they're coming from. They might be coming from the fourth dimension, and from the fourth dimension, we don't know what physical thing that they need here to subsist. Much like a fish, much like an amphibian, they may very well require aquatic moisturization through their skin. Perhaps they breathe through the sort of osmosis through the skin that frogs do, that lasts them through the winter. These interdimensional vampires of the soul come through these whirlpools.
Yes.
Look, I've had it with you guys. You're not taking this seriously.
I'm taking this seriously. I'm taking this really
if
seriously.
you look through history, numbers of cultures have stories of sea
None of that-
creatures falling from the sky.
falling from the sky or coming from the ground.
into the
The water.
oceans and populating our seas,
John.
with this horrible
All
thing.
over?
John.
And they're all over the world. You'll find them
John.
ever. You ever seen an old map with sea serpents everywhere?
John, you gotta
Kappas.
calm down. Think about the kids, okay? Think about the
I
kids.
am thinking about. You gotta think about the kids. You gotta think about the kids, because the kids are the ones at threat here. As we get closer to the culmination of their grand schemes, they will harvest our real energy and the suffering that is clear and plain in this world today.
John, I came here to have a fun time and talk about a fun little hairy boy that fucking eats ass.
You're yelling again.
Yeah, you're yelling, John. You gotta calm down. It's okay.
You want me to calm down?
There's no such thing as ancient aliens,
Do
John.
you want to calm down?
His face is getting really red.
Hold on. What are you saying, Sam?
Sam,
Repeat
Sam,
what you just
Sam,
said.
take it
There's-
back.
there's-
Sam, take it back.
John,
Repeat what you just
Sam,
said.
I'm in the
John,
same room as him.
there-
Come on,
there-
please take
Repeat
it back.
what you just said.
Put this down. Put the bottle down.
God.
Put the bottle down. Come on, John. Don't do that. Oh my God.
Kappa, chameleon.
In my soul,
You eat my whole. Loving would be easy if you didn't come out of a stream. You hear my screams. You hear my screams.
So we'd like to end it on a very serious note here at Beast of the Week podcast. First off, I want to thank all of our dedicated listeners for tuning into our Kappa Relief Fund, which you can find on Kickstarter we all pitch together and we have an average donation price of about $1,000. And together, we can save the lives of 3 children over the course of our lifetime. Thank you for your ongoing support. And from us to you, the truth is stupid.
Thanks for listening, folks. This has been a very special of Beasts of the Week podcast. I'd like to thank you all for listening, and we urge you all to donate to the Kappa Relief Fund, but also head up iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and review. We'd really appreciate it. From us to you, from you to us, and all around, thank you. Truth is stupid, and stay spooky.
Stay spooky.
I'm John Cannon.
We're all mostly human, and I'm Joe McGlinchey.
And I don't actually eat ass. I'm Sam Harris.
Good night.
Okay, maybe a little ass.
Shout out to Pat Nestor.
Shout out. My favorite.
Shut up about the sun!
My favorite
My
boxcar
son.
child, Pat Nestor.